like hustle culture has been marketed as empowerment, but for a lot of Black women, it has been nothing but draining and exhausting. Have you seen what research says about us? Did you know that Black women report the highest level of stress in the workplace? A study by the American Psychological Association found that we are more likely to experience chronic stress, burnout, and even physical health issues because we are constantly overworking ourselves. And let me drop another fact here. Black women are twice as likely to experience workplace discrimination, leading to overcompensating just to prove we belong.
As the day they break, I dey wake, hear the morning song that's take the shape.
Well, hello, beautiful people. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Yodit Smith and I make videos about fashion, travel, mindset, glowing up, wellness, soft living, all that good stuff. And if that's your jam, you might want to stick around because you're going to love it here. Now, today's topic is a topic I feel like is heavy on a lot of us, especially us Black women, and that is hustle mentality or the hustle culture. I'm talking about, the go, 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 grind all day, sleep when you die type of energy. Now, I can't really blame any of us because I feel like we've been conditioned to believe that productivity equals worth and resting is practically being lazy. But think about it. How did that work out for our parents? How did that work out for our grandparents and great-grandparents, our ancestors? I feel like they lived a hard life. The grind was on until the day they died. I'm gonna say that we are so blessed that we are living in an era where soft living is actually being glorified. I mean, people are talking about resting, people are romanticizing vacationing, people are talking about pouring into ourselves and prioritizing self-care and prioritizing their mental health. And I am so here for it. And I'm not gonna lie, hustle culture had me in a chokehold in my 20s. Okay, I remember when I was in PA school, I was grinding hard. After PA school, I was grinding hard. Even prior to that, when I was in college and after college, I worked and I was always thinking about the next move. And there were days where I felt guilty for resting. Like, how crazy is that? How wild is that? It only led to burning out. That led to me being extremely anxious, me being stressed out. This hustle harder mentality can literally take a toll on our health, your physical and mental health. Chronic stress can cause cardiovascular disease such as hypertension. It causes your cortisol level to increase, so that's going to lead to events such as stroke and heart attacks. It can even cause an increase of plaque in your arteries. It can weaken your immune system and cause autoimmune disease. I mean, stress can do a lot of damage to your body. So we really need to let that ish go. We have to leave that behind and we're going to start to embrace. I know some people don't like the soft living. I've seen a lot of articles that actually bash the concept of soft living. So I'm going to be very careful and say soft productivity. So soft productivity means you're still going to grind, okay? You're still going to work. You're still going to go after your dreams. You're still very ambitious, but you're going to have that balance. Soft productivity is something I introduced into my lifestyle in my 30s. Like I said before, my 20s were a completely different type of living. I started to fully embrace it in 2024 after I turned 36. Okay, girls, so let's go ahead and talk about the practices that I have implemented into my daily life intentionally so that I can live more of a soft productive life. Now, this is not easy, okay? It's going to be hard to make a complete 180 because consistency is key. It takes 66 days to turn a routine into a habit. I mean, some habits, they say, can just take up to 21 days, and some can take up to 254 days. So you have to be consistent, you have to be very intentional, and you just have to keep trying. Now, the real tea is honestly and truly being intentional with your time and energy. Let me say that again. Being intentional with your time and energy. Because the thing is, when you are intentional, you're going to be very mindful of who you surround yourself with. You're going to be mindful of who you spend your time with, the environment you put yourself in, who you say yes to, and what you say yes to. You're going to be very mindful of where your energy goes. You have to be intentional of what you consume. What does your feed look like on Instagram? What is your For You page look like on TikTok? Make sure that you surround yourself with people who pour into you. Make sure that you put yourself in environments that inspire you, that uplift you, and focus on habits and practices that truly help you move forward. Now, if you're wondering how this relates to soft productivity and avoiding the hustle culture, baby, let me tell you. When you're not intentional, your time gets filled up with obligations, distractions, and things that drain you, which ultimately is going to force you to always be in the grind mode, right? But when you're mindful about where your energy goes, you stop overcommitting. You're going to create a breathing room. You're actually going to have space in your day where you can actually rest and do the things that bring you joy. Try to find out what's going to keep you grounded and practice that every single day before you start your day. That's the first thing you should do before you give your energy to anybody else. Like I've said before, I talk about this all the time. I like to wake up in the morning. I romanticize my morning rituals oh so much. Like, I get so excited when I go to bed because I know that I'm going to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning when everyone else is sleeping, because that's when I get to be with God. That's when I get to do my rituals. That's when I pour into myself. And of course, after that, I go work out and eat breakfast and things like that. That's also a part of my morning that I really enjoy. But the most important one is when I wake up in the morning and I have my alone time and I'm really pouring into my spirit. And that's what keeps me grounded. It literally sets the tone for the day. So I say, find something that works for you and start practicing mindfulness. And of course, this goes hand in hand with what I said before, which is being intentional with your time and energy. It is setting boundaries. You have to set boundaries with everyone. You also have to set boundaries with your own self sometimes, Learn to say no. It's okay to say no. And if it doesn't align, baby, don't force it. Okay. Now, this is my other favorite topic. Like, I love self-care. I schedule self-care like a meeting. I'm sorry, but this is my me time. Do not disturb. I don't play about that. Like, I have self-care and me day every single day because of my morning routine. I am literally by myself for at least 2 to 3 hours. I start work at 7 o'clock. I have to be at work at 7. My commute is an hour. So, which means I have to leave my house close to 6 o'clock. I'll wake up close to 5 a.m. I will do my rituals and get ready. And while I'm getting ready, I'm listening to my affirmations and I'm doing the mirror work. During my commute to work, I have a whole hour to listen to my podcast, to listen to my sermons, whatever I am in the mood for. So I get about, okay, maybe not 3 hours, but I get about 2 hours every morning before I go into work to pour into myself. And that is self-care. I think that is the ultimate self-care, to be honest. But on my days off, I have a lot of me days. I plan it out ahead of time at the beginning of every single month. I plan out my me days and I will do something different each day. So sis, schedule your self-care, okay? Schedule your self-care just like you schedule your meetings at work. It is as crucial. It is as important. Don't play about that. And last but not least, something that I have been doing that has really helped me find joy is trying new things every month. So every single month, I literally plan my soft productivity life. What am I going to do this month for Kindness Quest? What am I going to do for creativity? Am I going to take a dance class? Am I going to take a cooking class? Am I going to do sip and painting with my girls? Anything that's creative and fun, something you've never done before. It's one thing that I've introduced I feel like has made a difference and that I think you should try too. The bottom line is soft productivity is really about living in flow and not in force. I feel like the best way to do that is by planning ahead of time. You already know what your work schedule looks like, right? You already know what days you're working, what days you're not working. If you're traveling, what days you're traveling. You already know that way ahead of time, at least 3 months in advance. So what I like to do is every single month I sit down and I'm gonna plan my soft productivity life. I plan my me days. I plan my beauty maintenance days. I write down what podcasts I'm going to listen to, what books I'm going to read. I schedule my creative outlets, right? We just talked about that. These are the things that I do every single month, and I feel like it has helped me tremendously to fully embrace the soft productivity living. We are definitely saying bye to hustle culture in 2025 and beyond. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and let me know what are the things that you like to do for self-care. What are the things that you like to do for me days, or for, kindness quest or creative outlets, things like that. Leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye bye.